Good evening, everyone. This is a work session of the Board of Trustees, and it is August 3rd, 7:32, I think, p.m.
Mayor, my apologies. It's a regular meeting.
It's a regular meeting, excuse me, for the Board of Trustees. And we will do the pledge and hear some announcements and go into the meeting. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay.
Trustee Lopez,
Here.
Trustee White,
Present.
Trustee Casada,
Present.
Mayor Levin.
Present.
We have a public hearing for proposed local law 9 of 2022, a local law amending chapter 250 vehicles and traffic of the Village of Ossining Code.
Anybody? Motions, etc. Questions? Folks? We need a motion to open public hearing. Is that correct, Stuart?
We've opened the public hearing. We would need a motion if there's no one to talk to close the public hearing.
But is there anybody on here? I can't find anybody.
I don't see
There is
anyone.
no one.
There is no one.
Okay. Motion to close the public hearing.
So moved. Second.
Any comments? Stuart, do you have anything to add? Because I saw an email going back and forth.
I did, Mayor, just a few things. One, if the board closes the public hearing tonight, I would request a special meeting for next. Actually, we don't have to. Maddie, I believe we do have that meeting on the 17th. Is that correct?
That's correct. We just have
Okay.
to nail down a
We just
time.
have to nail that down. That's fine. No, Mayor, what I had sent a note around yesterday with just a few sort of more technical changes in terms of
Right.
cleaning things up in the code. The one thing that, and I thank again Maddie for all of her help with regard to this, with regard to the parking on Central Avenue that will be for the Main Street businesses. That's, I believe it's going to be approximately 32 parking spaces. And that will be between the hours of 7A to 6P, Monday through Sunday. There will be a permit process again to do that. One thing we also did was with regard to railroad parking at the train station, in addition to Saturday and Sunday being no permit needed, that will also include holidays. And those are the holidays that are listed in the code. So if it's one of those days is during the week and you want to go into Manhattan or go somewhere else, you'll be able to use the train station lot without having to pay a fee. But otherwise, these changes are deal specifically with municipal and railroad station lots. There is also some changes with regard to penalties that will be imposed if you do not respond to a parking ticket. And those are also done, we've done those in conjunction with our vendor Passport. So, but all this is in play, and thank you.
Thanks. If I could, one of you needs to mute because I can hear it through your phones every time you're getting a message or whatever. So whoever it is, please mute or shut your phone off. Any questions, comments on this? Okay.
I just want to sort of, hold a mirror back up to Stuart. I mean, the amount of work that this has taken, coming out of his staff and his office has just been, otherworldly. So, thank you again. And, we're sure that this is not going to be the last you've heard about parking in downtown. This is just step one.
So thank you, Maddie. I feel like we've been discussing this for so long that I forget to really show the appropriate gratitude. Thanks for the reminder. Otherworldly, we're going to have to add that to the list, Stuart. I think like the top 3 or 4 issues forever has been, and they take turn, who's number 1 or 2, taxation, potholes, parking. And then there's a whole bunch after that. But honestly, it's like one of the top ones in the potpourri of things that we deal with. And parking is just a constant challenge, not just for Ossining, but it's all the river towns, arguably all the communities in Westchester. So welcome, Bob Fritsche. So we just got started. You didn't miss out. We are just in the middle. I think he's on, right? I see his name. Anyway, thank you, Maddie. And yes, thank you, Stuart. And you know, I don't think it ends. I think parking is like an ongoing, we'll put this out in the 6 months. People will say, you know, you missed this. This isn't working right, whatever. Fine. We'll have to make adjustments again. We do the best we can. But I do thank you guys for all of that. Martha? We're in the middle of vote, aren't we?
All those in favor to close the public hearing?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, mayors
I
and
don't
trustees.
know if Bob voted. I see his name, so I can't tell. So you may want to just take note. You're there? Oh, okay. Bob, we
Yeah,
can't
sorry.
see you. We see your name. It's all right.
Okay, just a quick question, Stuart, should we put down that the public hearing closed right now at 7:37 or when the motion was called?
Do it when the vote was taken, Martha, which would be 7:37. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving on to mayors and trustees announcements.
Okay, Dana White said she had something. Dana?
Yes, I have a couple things. This Friday, day after tomorrow, is another First Friday community crawl, and these have been happening for the past few months, and they're really cool. And businesses all over Croton Avenue and downtown participate. And it's a great way to have fun and go from one thing to another. So if you want to find out more, go to communityevents.com. And I also hear a rumor that there is an app about historic Ossining that you can download and follow. I will get you more about that when I learn more. The other thing is there is a great opportunity on Saturday night to hear world-class jazz. One of our residents, Ingrid Jensen, is probably one of the premier jazz trumpet players in the world. And she happens to live in Ossining. And she plays at venues, the big venues all over the world. And it happens that on Saturday night, she's playing at the Westchester Collaborative Theater. The Ingrid Jensen Force, that's her and her trio, on Saturday, August 6th at 7:30 and 9 o'clock. So, you know, this is a great opportunity to see an Ossining resident who is a world-class musician, and you won't forget it. And it's not free, but it's certainly worth the ticket price. So go to wctheater.org. And that's it.
Great. Anybody else? Bob, might you want to talk about the parade on Friday?
Sure. Friday evening, 7 o'clock on, we have our annual Firefighters Parade coming down, starting from Campbell's Road, coming down Croton Avenue, down Main Street, over the bridge, and finishing at the riverfront. So just a public notice there.
Great. Good. Anybody else with announcements? Okay, so let us move on.
Administrative reports, Maddie, will you be making the report?
Yeah, I'll just make a quick report. Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, members of the board. We are hard at work on a variety of projects, many of which you'll be hearing more about in the weeks to come. But there is something that I want to draw everyone's attention to because it is somewhat time sensitive. Mayor, I know you included it in your mayor's weekly message this week, but as everyone on this call is likely aware, back in the fall of 2019, the village and town of Ossining participated in the Cornell Adaptive Design Studio project, which had a bunch of graduate landscape design students come up with a lot of really amazing concepts for how we could help make our waterfront parks more resilient. We were one of a very small group of communities eligible to take that project to the next level, which we are doing with a company called HDR. And basically the survey for all of the concepts that the stakeholder groups among us here in Ossining have come up with over the last couple of months is live as of Monday morning. So I know that Jamie had sent out a couple things on social media about it. So thank you, Jamie. But you can also find more information on greenossining.org. And that survey is very simple. It's a very cool storyboard that you can kind of toggle and see how sea level rise is likely to affect shorefront properties over the coming decades, and then sort of weigh in about what ideas you think are most appropriate to Ossining. Some of them are things like reef balls, but some of them are really, really cool, like a giant, I forget what they call it, like a big porch swing kind of down at the waterfront. So something for everybody to enjoy. It's a very short survey. We would really appreciate if you could take the time to fill it out. And again, you can find it on the Green Ossining homepage, www.greenossining.org. And that's it from me this evening. Thanks, everyone.
Great, thank you. Martha?
Okay, Corporation Counsel Stuart Kahan.
Thank you, Martha. Good evening, members of the board. We are approaching the second primary election in New York State. It will be on August 23rd. Early voting begins August 13th and goes to August 21st. If you are interested in an absentee ballot, you must get your request in writing to the Board of Elections no later than August the 8th. You can go in to get the absentee ballot in person up to August 22nd. But again, if you want it by either email, by fax, by letter, you have to do it no later than the 8th of August. In terms of returning your absentee ballot, you can return it. If you're mailing it, it must be postmarked no later than the 23rd of August, which is the date of election, and must be received by the 30th of August. If you wish, you can drop off your ballot at any polling station or the Board of Elections up to 9 p.m. on Election Day, the 23rd. So that's for folks who want to do absentee ballots. They are still available in New York. If you go to the Board of Elections website, it's all explained there, both in English, Spanish, and other languages. Plus all the forms are there. But again, if you want to get it and you don't want to go down to the office, which is at 25 Corapis Street in White Plains, you need to get your application received by Monday the 8th. Thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. Martha?
Police Chief Kevin Sylvester.
Good evening. So this week we were happy to finally have the activated rollout of our mobile crisis response team. They're currently active from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday to Friday in our building, sitting right downstairs right now in our communications area. So they've been out on a number of calls. They're also covering the areas of Mount Pleasant, Pleasantville, Briarcliff, and Sleepy Hollow. So they'll be bouncing around. A couple of outreach events coming up tomorrow from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Spring Street will be closed from William Street to Lafayette Avenue for Bike Day. So people can come down and bike, skate, and scoot from 4:30 to 6:30 with music and some giveaways going on down there. And our next block party will be August 29th, which is a back to school party where we'll be partnering with the school district to make sure that resources get to kids in time for the start of the school year. This past week, Lieutenant Donahue, Lieutenant Zimmerman, and I attended the New York State Association of Chiefs of Police annual conference, where I'm proud to report that I've been installed as president. So I now sit as president of New York State Chiefs and Westchester County Chiefs. It was a nice conference attended with a keynote by the New York City Police Commissioner, the Governor of New York, with great training, including after action reports from Buffalo with the commissioner from their police department on the active shooter event, some stuff from Syracuse Police Department on communications, procedural justice from Newburgh. We brought the domestic violence program from Westchester County to highlight for the rest of the state, and lots of other good lessons learned from around the state, sharing and some fantastic learning. So that's my report for tonight. Thanks.
Thank you, Chief. And I put that in my blast with a really nice picture. Everybody looked really good, and congratulations. Double duty. It's sort of highly unusual. So congratulations on both, and always good for folks in our police department to go and see what others are doing in other police departments and gain some learning from that. So thank you for that. And the block party was a very hot day last time. I guess another hot day coming our way, but everybody looked like they were having a great time last time. So hopefully this will be equally successful. I think everybody enjoyed it. Martha?
Okay, is there anybody here who would like to make an organizational announcement? If so, please raise your virtual hand. Is there anybody, Jamie?
There's nobody on because, there's nobody on. I'm not gonna do any further.
Is
There is one person, but they haven't raised their hands.
Right.
is there anybody who would like to make a public comment on any of the agenda items tonight on the resolution? If so, please click on your virtual hand. Seeing no one, we're gonna go to
Nobody.
village board resolutions. Approval of minutes, July 6, 2022, resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the minutes of the July 6, 2022 regular meeting as presented. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? Martha?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Nobody. Okay,
No,
approval of minutes,
I'm sorry, that was the special meeting that was held during the day, I believe, sure.
July 6th, give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'm gonna abstain on that one because I was not present on that
There were
one.
only 3 of us
Yeah,
there.
I have to abstain also.
Yeah, I apologize for that. Sorry.
I believe that one's for the 13th, not for the
Oh,
6th.
no, sorry, yes, sorry, Martha. I was reading the wrong, yes, sorry. So I
Yeah,
was,
so-
thank you.
For the 6th, yes, everybody was there. For the 13th, yes, the 13th, I'm saying, okay, let me get to that, okay. Approval of minutes, July 13th, 2022, resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the minutes of the July 13th, 2022 special meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second,
Okay.
Comments? Martha?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Abstain.
Abstained? Would be Trustee Kahan and Trustee Fritsche, correct? Yes.
Yes.
And Fritsche, okay, 91. Okay, got it. Approval of voucher detail, August 3rd, 2022, resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated August 3rd, 2022 in the amount of $408,160.29.
So moved.
second,
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Resolution authorizing tax tertiary payment for 103 Cortland Avenue LLC, 103 Cortland Avenue. Whereas tax tertiary proceedings were instituted against the assessor of the town of Ossining, the Board of Assessment Review of the town of Ossining and the town of Ossining by 103 Cortland Avenue LLC against petitioner's property situated at 103 Cortland Avenue in the Village of Ossining and designated as section 89.19, block 1, line 56 in the Village of Ossining for the 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021 assessment years under index number 66042/2016, 66827/2017, 66791-2018, 66648-2019, 61832/2020, and 64143/2021. And resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining, upon certification by the village treasurer that all the aforesaid taxes have been paid, hereby authorizes and directs the village treasurer to make the payment of such refund of real property taxes due to 103 Cortland Avenue LLC to Joseph Albert ESQ as attorney and an agent for 103 Cortland Avenue LLC as required by consent judgment, and be it further resolved that the village treasurer is authorized to make the aforesaid payments so the village may avoid the payment of penalties, and they have further resolved that the village treasurer shall make a notion in the margin of the assessment rolls of the Village of Ossining that said assessments were reduced and payment of a refund of the overpayment of real property taxes was made pursuant to said judgment. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
second,
Comments? Martha?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No, okay.
Aye.
Resolution authorizing tax tertiary payment for Walden Road Associates LLC 9 Walden Road. Whereas tax tertiary proceedings were instituted against the assessor of the town of Ossining, the Board of Assessment Review of the town of Ossining, in the town of Ossining by Walden Road Associates LLC against petitioner's property situated at 9 Walden Road in the Village of Ossining, designated as section 89.20, block 3, lot 42 in the village of Ossining for 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021 assessment years under index number 66043/2016, 66797/2017, 66979-2018, 66649-2019, 61829/2020, and 64144/2021. Resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining, upon certification by the village treasurer that all of the aforesaid taxes have been paid, hereby authorizes and directs the village treasurer to make the payment of such refund of real property taxes due to Walden Road Associates LLC to Joseph Albert SQ as attorney and agent for Walden Road Associates LLC as required by said consent judgment. And be it further resolved that the village treasurer is authorized to make the aforesaid payments to the village may avoid the payment of any penalties, and be it further resolved that the village treasurer should make an indentation in the margin of the assessment rolls of the village of Ossining that said assessments were reduced and payment of a refund of the overpayment of real property taxes was made pursuant to said judgment. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Comments? I know that all of these were discussed, so we're zipping through them, but feel free if anybody needs to ask anything or comment.
Okay,
Martha?
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? No. Resolution authorizing tax share payment for 40 South Highland Avenue LLC and 56 South Highland Avenue LLC, 40 South Highland Avenue and 56 South Highland Avenue. Whereas tax share proceedings were instituted against the assessor of the town of Ossining, the Board of Assessment Review of the town of Ossining, the town of Ossining by 40 South Highland Avenue LLC, 56 South Highland Avenue LLC against petitioner's property situated at 40 South Highland Avenue in the village of Ossining and designated as section 89.195 block 4 lot 68 in the village of Ossining, and 56 South Highland Avenue in the village of Ossining and designated as section 97.07 block 3 lot 46 of the 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 assessment years under index number 66044-2016, 66795-2017, 66793-2018, and 66651/2019, 61827/2020, and 64128/2021. And resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining, upon certification by the village treasurer, all the aforesaid taxes have been paid, hereby authorizes and directs the village treasurer to make the payment of such refund of real property taxes due to 40 South Highland Avenue LLC and 56 South Highland Avenue LLC to Joseph Albert SQ as attorney and agent for 40 South Highland Avenue LLC and 56 South Highland Avenue LLC as required by said consent judgment, and be it further resolved that the village treasurer is authorized to make the aforesaid payments so the village may avoid the payment of any penalties. And be it further resolved that the village treasurer shall make a notation in the margin of the assessment rolls of the village of Ossining that said assessments were reduced and payment of a refund of the overpayment of real property taxes has made pursuant to said judgment. Do I have a motion?
So move.
Second.
Comments or questions? Martha?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Fire Department appointment, Washington Hook and Ladder Company number 2, resolved that upon the recommendation of the Fire Chief, Albert Pancurdo, Elmsford, New York, was elected an active member, Washington Hook and Ladder Company number 2 for interior firefighting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a question, Bob. I don't usually see somebody from Elmsford or from another area. Do we have a lot of folks that join our department from outside of Ossining?
No, I believe that was his address on his application. He was moving here. So I remember correctly.
Do the firefighters have to live in Ossining to be part of the fire department?
It depends on their status.
Because I thought actually that they do.
Not, there are exceptions, Mayor, under the village law where a firefighter does not have to actually live in the village if their primary area of work is within the village or in a municipality.
Okay, and so these things come to us through the chief and that gets vetted and everything? Is that how? I don't usually see it. That's why it caught my attention.
That's usually the process, yeah.
Okay. Bit of a quandary. Stuart, do me a favor, just like send Chief Gallery and just, I'm just curious about the process because everything is an opportunity to learn. I'm assuming it went through the process and so we should vote on this. I don't want to stop the motion, especially since we only have one more meeting this month and then we're off for 2 Wednesdays. The 5th Wednesday, we wouldn't have had a meeting anyway. Unless it's a problem, I don't want to stop the vote, but I would like to get confirmation of why this is happening, because that was always my understanding, is that they're from Ossining. So let's just sort of cross the Ts and dot the Is. Is that okay, Stuart?
I'll follow up.
Thank you.
Sure.
Martha?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Fire Department appointment, Senate Cook and Ladder Company number 1, resolved that upon the recommendation of the Fire Chief, Johnny Hicks, Ossining, New York, was elected an active member of Senate Hook and Ladder Company number 1 for interior firefighting. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Comments, questions? Martha?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Fire Department removal from active roles, resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Village of Ossining hereby removes the following firefighters from the active roles of the Ossining Fire Department: George Lewis, Hollow Hose Company; David Morrell, Hollow Hose Company; and Yasunari Tani, Monitor Hose Company. Do I have a motion?
So moved. The name is George Losey, not Luce, Lose.
What was that?
George Losey.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I need a second.
Second.
Comments, questions? Martha?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Is there any continuing business of the board?
Anyone have continuing? Okay,
Is there any new business of the board? No.
it's a slow week.
Is there anybody here who would like to address the board on issues not related to the agenda, but of relevance to the common good of the village? If so, please click your virtual hand.
I do. I just wanted to remind everyone that the community center is available this week as a cooling center during the excessive heat, and that they will be offering a safe place to cool down through Friday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Sunday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And you're able to go to the pool for a $5 fee now through Friday, 7 to 8:45 p.m. on Saturday from noon to 5:45 p.m. and on Sunday from noon to 2:45 p.m. Also, the spray park at the Wasengo Park will have extended hours from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. through Sunday. All posted and on our website.
Great, thank you, Jamie. Okay, Martha?
Okay, is there going to be an adjournment to work session? I'm sorry.
Oh, doesn't look like there are any other hands, so we will go to adjournment.
To it, yes, Martha, executive session, matters of personnel and matters of litigation. Thank you.
Okay, so then can I have a motion in a second, please?
So moved. Second.
Comments, questions? Okay, folks, thank you very much. This concludes our meeting for the evening, August 3rd, 7:59 p.m. And we will see you again next Wednesday. And as a reminder for the public record, that we will not be meeting the next 2 Wednesdays after that for any meetings. Therefore, we will be back in September. Next week, we are having a meeting, and then we will be back in September. If we need to have meetings, we will call special meetings. Thank you all. Have a good night.